Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Thursday night!
I don't know why my voice break.
Puberty.
Yeah, exactly. Re-puberty. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by prolific Connor himself, Zealeus.
What's up? How goes it, Mr. Charlie?
It goes. And, of course, our super-duper awesome special guest, the one, the only Blane.
My signature hello is, oh hi.
Oh, hi.
And that's how I introduce myself on Twitch.
I believe the last time we actually had Blane in studio was you behind the camera.
I was with Bloober Team.
Yes.
That was a while ago.
Too long. Way too long. But I understand you work with a lot of people on the West Coast, so
Yes,
it's a little bit hard. But, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to jump right back into the show and, of course, do the one thing we do every single week, and that, of course, is Charlie Does the Do.
Charlie needs his diabetes medicine.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it's not really diabetes medicine. That's insulin. I speak from experience here.
Yeah. Way to go, Zealeus.
No, in terms of getting
awkward.
Don't shoot your part here.
Oh, by the way, I don't think you can really see it, but there's Thor's hammer right here. I got this from MomoCon.
Oh yeah, I bought some stuff probably from the
same
same guy actually, because I saw that there.
Yeah, I got this, and then I got the. I had to get a replacement for my Zelda shot glass because my old Zelda shot glass met an untimely end.
I'm sad. My Mass Effect shot glasses, when I washed them, the thing peeled off.
Really?
You gotta hand wash that stuff. You don't put it in the dishwasher.
I didn't know that, and I was probably not sober if I was trying to wash shot glasses.
Who washes stuff when they're drunk? That's the first part that doesn't make sense.
Hey! People who want to get shit done.
Exactly. I don't do it when I'm shit-faced, though. There's a difference.
All right, kids. Let's jump into the first topic. Of course, this is one that all three of us can easily answer or talk about. And that is, of course, MomoCon, what we experienced. So, from my point of view, I actually took my media press credentials freaking seriously, and I was sprinting everywhere.
You were one of the few, because I saw you every time I'd go to the game area. It's like, oh, Charlie's over here. Oh, Charlie's over there. Oh, Charlie's back at his table. Wait, he's in another interview? Who's left?
No. I didn't. The sad thing is, I didn't get all of the games there.
Really?
Well, the thing is, because I was also MomoCon press, I also was part of all the group interviews upstairs in the press room. So I did so I was part of the group press event for the voice of Diva, the voice of was Lucio.
Yeah, Lucio and then McCree were the three. No,
I didn't get Mercy. I didn't get Mercy, and I didn't get the other one. I only got those two, and then I got an anime voice actor who's done a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah, who was that?
I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I know that...
Was he McCree? Is he it might have been the same guy as McCree.
I don't know. All I know is that he's the lead character in Steingate, for people who are out there.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember his name. There's a J
I
in there
know
somewhere.
what you're talking about, because like in the English dub of anime, there's only like 4 voice actors.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in games that everything is either Troy Baker or...
Steve Blum?
No. Why am I blanking on it? Nolan North.
Yeah. Yeah. J. Michael Tatum.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, Tabby.
Exactly. That's the person. And he was really freaking cool. He was awesome. And then, of course, the star attraction for me, simply because I grew up with these guys, were the voices behind Pinky and the Brain on Animaniacs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Was everything you hoped for?
Dude, more. They are like 2 guys that literally you could just sit down at a bar, have a drink, and just have like a nostalgia fest.
Did you guys go to the bar and you didn't tell us?
No, I wish, dude.
Did you take them to B&B? Like...
No, I wish.
It's not for hours,
I wish, man. I would have jumped at the opportunity. They're the coolest guys in the world, and they still can do a bunch of the stuff that was famous from Animaniacs like that.
Well, I remember MomoCon always has a really good voice acting like set, like every year, because I remember. One of my first MomoCons was when they had Troy Baker, and he came up with the girl who did the girl voice in BioShock Infinite, and like they sang the end credit song together. And you remember that?
Yeah.
Like that was the most crazy thing because nobody saw it coming. And that was the same year they had like the Animaniacs, the guy who did Wacko there, and like he came up on stage.
So Wacko is the same guy that is the Brain.
Oh, so is that guy?
Yeah.
Okay,
and then
awesome.
The same guy who does Pinky was also Yakko. And and if for those, I'm probably dating myself, but for those out there who watched Animaniacs, and there was that famous country song where he's naming all the countries.
Yeah.
He started breaking into it. He's like, to this day I could do this. I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome.
Anyways, one of the countries.
So when I wasn't up there, I was of course basically trying to get every single interview from the indie developer section.
How many interviews did you do in all? Do you know?
I think I did 18.
Damn.
So.
Jeez, you were all over the place.
Yeah, dude, I was trying.
Did you set the MomoCon record?
I actually see, like, right there.
Yeah.
So you talked to the Metronomicon guys?
Oh yeah, hell
Dude,
yeah.
that game was
awesome.
That was so cool.
You need everyone go check out Metronomicon. Not right now, but after the show, check it out because.
Was that the beat game, like the multiplayer beat game?
Yes.
Yeah, because it was like Guitar Hero meets an RPG, and like he told you can actually hook the instruments up and play.
Yeah.
I was like,
oh
really?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No, hell, if you want to, you could also do a dance pad.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
DDR.
I don't know how you would be able to pull
at
some of the moves off. I would assume that you would have to have a controller because some of the moves require you.
Well,
No.
You have a gamepad.
You'd be able to because
you have up, down, left, right.
No. Because there's sometimes where it's like
you have to hit a color
left, right, or
like diagonal.
left and right at the same time. But a dance pad, of course, you can hit those two because you have 2 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the dance pads have diagonal buttons on them too.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's that was a really cool game. At first when I saw it, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And then I got sucked into it. And then like 20 minutes had passed. I see those little line behind.
Exactly.
I was like, oh.
Did you interview the girl from Figment? Yes. I interviewed Emily, and funny enough, so Emily works for Bedtime Digital Games. And there was a game that they did a long time, well, not a long time ago. To me, it's a long time ago, called Back to Bed, which was basically a sleepwalking game that that was out for the Ouya.
So I think Figment was technically like a sequel to that. I think that's what.
Basically, it's what they did is it's a spiritual a sequel to it. It's basically they took what was good about Back to Sleep and then expounded upon it, made it deeper, and gained a little bit more control with your character.
I just want to make a comment here.
Yeah.
We're calling it an old school Ouya game. Are we saying old school Ouya now?
You got to, because the Ouya's dead.
Just the dead
Ouya's dead. So technically, yeah. I mean, as soon as something's killed off, there's not going to be another Ouya game out there. So let's poll the audience. What do you say? The system's not too old. However, there'll never be another game for the system. So can we say old school?
Wait, are you sure? Because it's using the Android marketplace.
People can still develop for it.
No, you can't.
How? Why not? I
mean,
they can't launch.
They sold it off. You would have to work with Razer. Razer would have to okay it now.
Which. I don't know, because like people are still developing for the Dreamcast, and that's
okay. We're not going to go. Well, that's a different topic. Okay.
See,
Indies are still making Dreamcast. Of course. and to be honest with you, the Dreamcast market is huge in Brazil. Now, of course, there's a push actually in the U.S. to make a spiritual successor to the Dreamcast, and that got swatted away real quick because Sega's like, no.
I mean, they don't need to go into hardware.
I know.
I mean, they.
No. A fan wanted to make a Dreamcast too.
Oh, yeah.
And Sega's like, no. But anyways, so that was my experience with MomoCon. Y'all have any other? I didn't get to go to like any panels. The only panel I went to was my own.
Yeah, it was a great panel though, I hear.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
I'm sad I missed it. I had to leave early that day. My brother was graduating high school, so
priorities. Come on.
Clearly.
Wait, did you could have watched it live on your? It was live stream on Twitch. You could have watched it.
Just as they're calling my brother's name for his diploma, just like watching.
Yes, my brother.
Just keep your thumbs up the whole time.
But no, seriously, was there anything else? Did you actually attend the Indie Awards showcase?
So I did a few things at MomoCon. I attended the Indie Awards. I went to a couple panels. I went to Molly's panel that she was doing with the women in games.
I was so depressed.
Charlie tried finding her. Didn't go.
I misunderstood.
That panel was located in a really weird spot. It was in the Omni Hotel in the back of it. And
okay, that's where. Yeah, I thought it was
exactly.
I didn't remember stuff over there.
Right?
No. Our buddy Whacked Kid was stuck in the Omni Hotel all Thursday. That's why the Thursday night hangout didn't work.
So they, the thing that was really like upsetting about it though is because they didn't even have a sign up for it, and it was back in like the AMV rooms, and so it was like randomly in the middle of these AMV rooms, you have like this very serious gaming panel, and yeah, it was just I don't know. The people who attended it though really liked it.
Should have switched over to 311. That's where we were.
Well,
Soft panels.
We couldn't. It's like we could just go be like, all right, we're taking this room now.
We're
you
important
guys gotta
people.
get out.
Oh,
We
funny
did it at
story.
Canuka.
Funny story. Funny story though, because we were a fan table. I'm not going to name the convention. There was a convention there that decided that they are absolutely top shit, and so they didn't have to follow the rules about when you can and cannot load.
MonsterCon?
No, I'm not naming the convention.
naming-
I said that on purpose.
But yeah, and the the lady who's running the fan table was like, "Are you shitting me?" It's like, and we're MomoCon, and you're at our convention, so you follow the rules. It's like they showed up at like 11 o'clock at night, going, "Excuse me, I'm trying to load our stuff into the room." Like, no, we closed at 10. No, but we're here to do this.
A little bit late.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
so Tabby actually was in the panel too. It was a small panel, so everybody in there kind of met everybody.
I wish that I got to see the one that James Simpson put on as well.
That was also while I was gone because I saw pictures go up there. Because I was like, oh, hey,
Was his about
he's here.
Snarf Quest or about Unity stuff?
Unity, it was development.
He's Dr. Unity.
Yeah, hello.
Come on, man.
That was my follow-up one.
But I was really excited that James did take time to swing by our table and talk some Snarf Quest.
We had a couple of people who were really interested in it too when they stopped. They're like, Snarf Quest? I know that from Dungeons and Dragons, so...
Yeah, we had some stuff over. Another thing I did at MomoCon was worked with the Southeast Gamers for the Atlanta local LAN party group. Hey, we're also doing Extra Life.
Check it out.
We had some stuff for Extra Life. I mean, for Snarf Hotels Extra Life and Ultra Confusion on the table.
Because Chris came over and was like, "Hey, tradesies?
Yeah.
You take some, I'll take some." Sure.
I'm actually looking back at MomoCon. I was like, I actually did a lot more than I thought I did because I was working with Southeast Gamers and Extra Life. I was also doing stuff for my normal job. Just so anybody in the audience knows, I'm an account manager at a video game PR agency, and we were also doing some things there. And I was also an ex-vice chair of the IGDA Atlanta chapter, so I was, making sure everything was running there.
Do y'all know who is running the Artemis game?
I don't know.
No, but I know someone who does. They're the person who's running is super duper best friends with Bobby Blackwolf.
That makes sense. Artemis, they also go to DragonCon every year, so there's some mutual connection there.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how that game has always been very big. So, yeah, I don't know. I was very busy at MomoCon, and I'm sure I'm going to remember more things I did as it goes on.
Black
screen? I don't know.
Was like name of a studio or a company, or is it
I don't know.
She's seeing, or they're seeing a black screen?
I'm not
Mr.
sure.
Biata?
It's a very open-ended question.
Yes.
And hey!
Oh, there we go.
I don't know. I was at the table the whole time. I didn't really get to do a whole lot, which is fine. It was good at the table. We had people talk about video games, converse about them, check them out.
I saw you were showing Brawl at one point.
Yes,
It's
we were
like-
showing
it's
Brawl.
like,
We were
hey.
showing. We were
You know what the
showing
number one game is though at conventions?
Ziggurat.
Oh, people like
Was
they
that- Was that the game that the guy
It's the
like
first person
beat?
spell.
Yes.
Yes.
first
First
person
time
ever
ever.
beat the damn game.
Dude, I've played like 200 games of that, and I for the life of me could never make it back up to the top. And he does it in one shot. Just
I figured out the secret to the game.
What?
Build your mana reserves.
Oh yeah, of course.
Everything's all about that mana in the game. It's the only thing you did.
I know.
But yeah,
you were super duper busy, Mithro. Biata.
Oh, I have no idea who Mithril is.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know them by their screen. I can't see their
I'll tell you.
face.
I'll tell you later. Okay.
Later? Okay, I guess we're not going to break
So
the
anyways,
veil of anonymity.
But overall, I think MomoCon was yet another rousing success.
It always is.
I think there's always going to be room for improvement. I think the one thing was there's a little bit of confusion.
Oh, hey,
What's
Vanessa.
There was a little bit of confusion with the panels and where the rooms were because there was some people, some first timers couldn't figure out why there was the letter A attached to every single panel room until someone's like, Because we're in a building.
Yeah,
The
well,
building's
more than
called
one
A.
building.
So what was funny is there was also the Atlanta Public High School graduation
Yeah.
that happened the same day.
It was fun seeing them on MARTA that morning too.
Well, so I remember they all showed, like, there was a group of them that got there the same time I did on Friday, and they were like, what the hell is this?
Yep.
They were, because the convention center, I mean, it's huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's massive.
What I find amusing is the trends in cosplay at MomoCon. You can see like what's popular in pop culture.
Last year
was all about
Harley Quinn. This year was Diva. Holy
Like, it's
crap.
like,
Well,
what is
it also
possible?
didn't help that Diva's voice actress was
Yes.
there.
Well, yeah, that just-
so-
But that's a lot of
still,
conventions right now. Diva is.
I've seen the cosplay
there was
of
a
Diva.
ton of those inflatable Pikachus, too.
Yes, there was.
I
That
mean-
was actually really surprising to see.
More than normal.
I
Like,
remember seeing a lot of those at the
You know what? I'm really. MomoCon was a
Oh,
blast.
hey, Kent.
I thought it was managed extremely well, and that the staff were great and not drunk on power. Also, hi.
that is actually a very good point.
Yes, they were not drunk on power.
All the staff at MomoCon, I've had nothing but
Yeah.
amazing interactions with.
No, the thing is, there have been very. What the fuck? No, Jesus Christ. No. So the one thing is if there is an individual who's drunk on power, you can just kind of tell the rest of the staff, and then they kind of sit the person down and make them understand. Like there was an incident, I think it was 1 or 2 years ago with a cosplayer, and then they reevaluated
that
and-
incident. Yeah, but that was
Yeah.
also caused by a Georgia World Congress Center staff.
Right.
And it got kind of crazy. So fun fact though, one of the con directors of MomoCon was one of my RAs in college.
Nice.
So I see him every year. I'm like, oh hey Cameron.
No, but the thing is that the other thing is that they have I mean, I'm not saying that they have a lot of directors of different things. Everyone's got their
Yes.
own thing so they can focus on it. There's not like this person's in charge of the entire vendor hall or this person's in charge
that
of
would be-
all the panels. That's crazy. And some conventions try to pull it off, and sometimes they're able to, and other times it's a hot mess.
Yeah.
But I love MomoCon. I'm always going to come back as long as they have a convention, and I know that the lady who continues to run the fan table, Jen, is more than happy to give us a table anytime we want it.
I thought it was Jess.
No, it's Jen and
We spoke with Jess on our side, so maybe it was two different.
Yeah, Jess.
J&J.
Jess,
Yeah.
I think is Jen is only for the fan tables.
Oh, okay.
I do appreciate how prevalent the MomoCon blue shirt security is.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. Like you can't walk more than 10 yards without seeing a blue shirt person, which
Yes.
I really
Yeah,
appreciate.
well, so
how
MomoCon
much
reached
better.
31,000 people this year, so it's
That's
still
quite a jump over
huge.
last year.
No, I mean, no, it's
It was in the
it's
20,000s
growing.
last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
at like 27 or
I think it's
something?
28.
Yeah,
28.
But it's
That's 10%.
It's grown
Yeah.
every
Right,
year,
absolutely.
and it doesn't really feel like it, which is, to me, that's good. I like it
Yeah.
because it's large and
Yeah.
it feels like a good size. You
Well-
don't feel, because like I've been to PAX and you walk
Jesus.
around like this.
It's
and
PAX is like you have to literally go, okay, do I want to make this panel? Because if not, or if I do,
You have to
I'll have
plan
to
ahead.
stand in line for about an hour, depending on the panel. Some panels you have to wait 2 hours. if
I
it's
don't
a big
even.
man.
I don't. Well, I mean, when I went to PAX, I was press, so it was kind of a completely
well,
different.
I went
We didn't have
as
that,
just
yeah.
an average Joe, and
We were average.
Woo.
Nothing special.
so anyways, MomoCon was awesome.
Yep.
Of course, we'll be back again next year. Of course, we'll be submitting panels again. Hopefully, we'll get 2 instead of 1.
I actually might have to change the name of one of them.
Yeah.
The rebirth of the game industry as we know it.
No, I think, okay, so oh my god. Hopefully they can maintain this small. See, the thing is, it's all about the spacing. Because there's a lot of conventions that have humongous places, but everyone's just kind of squished. There's this constant filtering down into areas, and I feel like the only time that you really get squished is when you're on the escalators.
Yeah.
But it's
The
not
choke
that
points.
long of
But they,
yeah, it's a
they
choke
do
points.
a really good job
Yes.
at flowing traffic.
Yes, they do.
Badgers. Come on, badgers forward.
But they do it fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do.
they do a good job.
It's I'm.
Well, they also expanded the basement, the vendor hall, so much, like in terms of spreading out the gaming versus the vendor hall, and they changed that up quite a bit too.
Yes. And it was so the gaming side of MomoCon is still struggling.
Yeah.
Because like people this year, as they were walking out, up to go up and leave, they would walk right by the games area, and because they had like these black barriers that were there, and I was talking with Ron about this, and people didn't realize you could walk over it.
Yeah.
And so Ron was like, I just want to take the barrier down.
No. I was actually tempted to, after one of my interviews, to move one of the barriers to kind of like open it up a little bit.
Mhm.
So when people like try to walk around, they're like, oh, look, there's a wall right in front of me. Maybe I could go over this way. Because what I was going to do, instead of the wall going like this, I was going to pull one of these out to kind of just wing it out.
So that's a good. They actually did have the indie booths last year, like right when you came down the escalator. But it was the same sort of thing. Like people weren't going over there. So
Well, there was another reason why no one was coming over there, because no one could think straight. I'm trying to give an interview,
Okay,
and my whole heart,
your experience.
my whole body's like.
Last year, the indie booths were also next to the Tokyo Arcade.
And they blasted. There was Tokyo Arcade this year, and it didn't.
Well,
It was
because
further
it was
away.
like way
Right,
It
but-
was much better space with the video games.
Yeah, I think that the sound kind of was able to radiate, where last year it was literally bouncing off the front wall and then shooting back. I know that there were some people in the RPG area that were having a hard time.
I actually do remember that. Yeah, the RPG area was kind of on a circuit.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
mean,
a large
that's-
open area.
So
for us.
but the LAN gaming side
Yeah.
this year, like 100,000% improvement from
Mhm.
what they've had in previous years. DreamHack, I think, was handling their
Yes.
LAN area, and they actually brought PCs.
Mhm.
Like, because last year it was the whole back of the expo hall was just big open tables for LANs, like you could bring your own,
Mhm.
but nobody brought their own computer. So
I'm gonna haul my gaming computer to MomoCon.
No.
I'm marked up.
we had people at our Southeast Gamers table. Like one dude showed up with like this mega
Yes.
tower, and we were like, "Dude, like we have such a small space."
You can play for 3 people.
Right.
That's the size of your computer.
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
Because they're getting ready to do Atlanta, DreamHack Atlanta, first time ever, which I'm excited about. It's nice being in Atlanta and seeing that the games industry is finally getting recognized in Atlanta. Because like
Yes.
I've been talking about it for the past few years. Because again, being with IGDA and trying to tell people like, come to Atlanta, we have stuff,
Mhm,
and it's just now getting recognized for it. So I'm
I'd say
happy.
that in the, I guess, 10 years that I've been kind of with GGDA, I've seen, a little bit more love, a little bit more support from the industry. And I think once IGDA came back,
Yeah, that was
that was a turning point as well. Okay, so since we're talking about, since we brought up the RPG area, I do want to jump over to something, because we do have the mastermind behind it, and that, of course, is Capers. No, 2 down, that one right there. All right, so Craig Campbell, the creator behind Merge and Acquisitions and now Capers, is in the audience. He just finished, what was it, last month? Finished his long-term.
Yeah, it was in May.
So he's been running a couple of games. He brought Merge and Acquisitions to MomoCon, not this year, but last year, and ran some of his game there. And then this year, of course, unfortunately he didn't make MomoCon, but he's been trying really, really hard to do Capers. And of course, we're going to try to do a live Capers quick shot here, not on Thursday Night Hangouts, but for Alter Confusion on the Twitch stream. So we do want to show a couple of small little bits of art that Craig has supplied to us. So this one, of course, is Merge and Acquisitions downsized.
Ooh, what is
There we
this?
go.
So
Is
this
this
is basically,
DLC, Craig?
No. So basically, this is going to be an option that you could get through Drive-Thru RPG, and it's a smaller piece of Merge and Acquisitions.
Whoa.
It doesn't. Oh shit! I forgot to do it. Here, hit the mute button. Sorry. There's a. Oh my
I
god.
don't know this keyboard. There we go. Ah, it's different divide.
All right. Anyway, so sorry about that.
That was good timing, actually.
Anyway, so Merge and Acquisitions Downsize is basically a bite-sized version of Merge and Acquisitions. It's through Drive-Thru RPG, and basically gives you almost the entire book, but he's removed a couple sections like it's like the base model.
No, we can actually do the show like this.
I know.
It's kind of perfect.
No, you can't because.
Okay, so anyways, this
is weird. I can't mirror myself.
Yeah. So this, of course, is the Mergers and Acquisitions downside. So you can definitely check it out at DriveThruRPG. Of course, you can find out anything that has to do with Nerdburger games by going to nerdburgergames.com.
Or just Google it.
Now, of course, here's another huge reveal, and that is we finally have the final logo for Capers.
He said he might still tweak it. I don't know if it's actually finalized.
It better be finalized.
Yeah, everybody looks better.
Hello. Yeah, exactly. M&A downsized the whole game without the optional add-on rule stuff.
Nice.
And then, of course, Capers is the is your 1920s prohibition people with.
It looks very noir.
Super powers. I played the part of a gentleman who could teleport.
Nice.
Oh.
I was Mr. Cold. That's my. And
it's a lot of fun, and the core mechanic for Capers is actually playing cards, 54 deck, so you including the jokers,
which makes things very interesting. You get to gamble with your cards because you might say have 3 cards to try and hit your enemy, but depending on your suit is how strong you're going to hit your enemy. So you might be like, hey, I can hit my enemy, but do I want to basically get the equivalent of a crit and roll again and maybe get that king or ace and get a boon also? So there's a lot of that kind of gambling aspect of it, which I really enjoy.
And then Craig says, for clarification, Capers is sort of a supers game of gangsters and G-men in the 1920s.
Yeah, it's a good
So
game.
definitely, like I said, nerdburgergames.com to find out more information about that game. Of course, Mergers and Acquisitions, which Zealeus and I have played the bejuice out of. And I, of course, have the hardback version of Mergers and Acquisitions over there.
Of course you do.
Okay, so let's talk about League of Legends.
Why?
No.
Really quick, League of Legends. Sorry,
Blane
Riot,
is not impressed.
Riot Games has decided that starting in 2018, they're going to start franchising the teams.
Oh, they're doing the Blizzard route.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
A little bit
but
different
at
now.
a cheaper entry point.
Only
10
10 million.
Okay, so here's the thing. The 10 million, they're going to have a standard 75K salary for all players. That is guaranteed by Riot. And of course, all the money, all of the additional revenue is going to be shared, as well as the better teams get incentives, and the bottom 9 and 10 team will get kicked down to the lower circuit and then have to build their way back up.
If they go in the bottom 9 or 10, 4 out of 7 splits.
Right.
It's not just automatic relegation.
Well, of course, it's not like
yeah.
you lose one tournament, you're done. I just find it interesting that League of Legends, Riot Games has basically said, you know what? We've actually got this established thing, and it's only in North America. No other. Europe's not doing it. Oceania, whatever. Oceania, they're not doing it. It's just North America, and it's to add a little bit of stability and keep the gamers in League of Legends.
We also have you also have the sharing rights right away versus Overwatch, which is like 2021 or something.
Yeah, 2024, I think.
Yeah, it's a number of years out to getting revenue sharing, whereas right away with LoL, the franchise is getting like it's not exactly, but it's basically a third split to Riot, a third split to the franchise, a third split to the
players.
gamers.
Yeah.
It's roughly that. It's somewhere in that 30 percentile. So right away, boom, you're getting that split. So if you're one of these big time teams looking at doing it, are you going to look at established League of Legends, or Overwatch doesn't actually have a?
They haven't been around as long.
Yeah.
So, anyways, okay, so that's the League of Legends thing. Okay, now we'll move on.
That was really fast.
I just want to put it out there. It's very interesting.
It's interesting,
and it goes straight up against. Basically, Overwatch had to basically step back because everyone was pulling out. Now, Riot Games goes, all right, it's a $10 million buy-in, and here's all the stats, and there's already movement to make sure that the top teams have that $10 million so that they can be a part of this.
That's good. Good for them. I mean, yeah, Blizzard normally does a lot of things really well, but their esports stuff is not.
They overreached.
The only thing that they've really succeeded at is Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Dorm, whatever, because of the college part of it.
That's a legit thing.
Yeah.
Heroes of the Dorm.
Yeah.
You get college scholarships on it.
Yeah. So basically, you have teams from around the U.S. College, university teams. They have to be legal. Harvard has been banned.
What?
Because they cheated.
Illegal substitution.
And they utilized an individual who was not a registered team member and they had that person to basically bump up their stats to make sure they had a good seating for the tournament.
Okay.
Blizzard found out about it and have banned all of the individuals, perma-banned all the individuals who were on the Harvard team, plus the individual who was masquerading as a Harvard player. Which, of course, I'm sure you could open up a new account, but whatever. But it was just funny that it was Harvard that got nailed for it because they apparently were stupid enough to try to put... Anyways, so at the end of the Heroes of the Dorm, which the final, I think it's like semifinals and the finals are actually shown on ESPN2 every single year, which I'm sure pisses a lot of sports fans out. Or off, whatever.
Pisses them out.
Pisses them out. The winners of the tournament get a either their tuition paid in full or up to 4 years of their tuition.
I wonder if they'll pay off your student loans if you've already taken out like 4 years of student loans.
I don't know. But anyways, that's a hell of a deal. And so that they got right. However, I don't know what they're doing with the other stuff. And I still can't figure out how you can do like super duper esports competitive Hearthstone. I'm sorry. I don't get it.
Look,
I don't get it.
People do
things.
I feel the same way about pro Magic the Gathering players, but there's a huge thing for it. So,
well, if they would just stop changing all the rules and regulations.
But then how would they make money? Because you have to buy your new competition deck every single release.
I was a Magic the Gathering player once upon a time. I played in tournaments. I played in tournaments.
Didn't you sell your cards?
Yeah, I sold them all.
Yeah. I got mine somewhere.
I guess it's like competitive poker. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Except for poker, I would consider poker more skill-based than Hearthstone.
Well,
because you're still dependent on the cards.
Well, but poker, you have to read the person.
You have to read the opponent. In Hearthstone, you still have to buy decks and stuff.
Well, in Hearthstone, you're not always directly
true.
Like unless you're like peeking around, and then that might be kind of weird.
Let me just.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm looking at the mirror behind you.
Anyway, so yeah, all the esports. Because I think it's become apparent that esports is just gaining more and more momentum, and I think that everyone's just trying to make sure that they have a solid stance or stand-in.
That's true. I know. I've noticed there's been a big uptick in esports on the college campuses. So my alma mater, Georgia Southern, has actually a student organization that is kind of splintered off and developed its own esports team, and it's been competing at like all the major events and stuff, like collegiate level events, and winning. And my brother was actually recruited by them to go play Rocket League.
Nice. Did he play with them? Did he go do it?
He's their coach right now. He hasn't been able to go play yet because he hasn't been a student. He just graduated high school, but he will be.
And they already recruited him out of high school? That's at the big time.
So they actually met him at MomoCon.
Nice.
Because I saw the guy was my friend, the guy who created it. He was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" He was like, "Oh, hey, I'm doing this." I was like, "Really?"
I've got someone for you to meet.
That's awesome.
No, UC Berkeley actually. I don't know how many they've given out, but they actually have a scholarship for League of Legends.
Yeah, so Georgia Southern is in the process of sort of establishing one, and I think he mentioned there is one that's available, but it's only for like the lowest of the lowest income.
Esports initiative in Georgia for scholarships.
Yeah. It's kind of along the lines of that, but it's like it's only for housing, I think, or that's the way Southern's is. I don't know all the details.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's probably not a full ride, but it's probably.
But it's enough to be like to get it started, and then build in the future, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Not all of us can be football stars like me. I'm saying.
What? Football?
You didn't hear about that?
No, I did not.
Missing out.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry, no, it's golf. David Duvall.
No, you're not related. Okay. We're going to go back to Final Fantasy 14. All right, so Final Fantasy 14.
There's a lot of AAA on your indie game show right now.
Okay, so, all right, Mr. Blane. So apparently you haven't been paying attention to Thursday
I
Night
have
Hangouts.
meetings during this time.
So let me reiterate something that the vast majority of the crowd probably already knows. Thursday Night Hangout is anything and everything video game related. It is basically driven by the audience. The audience provides the topics, and that's what we talk about.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we love to give you some indie love. Like, I mean, that's what I kind of give you.
Over there.
Just show the camera to the wall.
Let's just say that everyone, you're going to be in a hell of a treat. because I got so many interviews with amazing indie developers that I want to show you. I just have to edit them.
18 of them.
At least 18, I think. I really can't remember. I was just like, but I made a list down. Like, holy shit, yeah, I did that one, and that one, and that one, and that one.
As you edit video footage.
Yeah.
You didn't run out of
Exactly.
space or anything? That would have been bad.
No.
You're like halfway done, like, oh crap.
No. Anyway, so there's a ton of stuff going. But Final Fantasy 14, they've got a new expansion coming out. I have no idea what the name is. Storm Blade, whatever.
If you're in the chat and you know what it is.
Yes, chat, hit us up.
Please tell.
So one of the interesting things is that Square Enix is going to give the players a couple of options to kind of kick your character up levels or through story so that you can get into the new content faster.
Oh. And the reason that matters is because, take World of Warcraft, for instance, where you can buy, to level 100 or 90, boom, your level's straight up there. You can do any content in the game now. Where Final Fantasy 14 is very different in that in order to do basically the content for the level your character's at, you actually have to do the storyline quest to unlock them. And there's there's probably 50 to 60 plus hours of single player content, and it's as your main storyline to be able to unlock that to actually do the end game content, so to speak. So you can both unlock your high character level, I think it's 60, and then it's also a separate microtransaction to basically bypass the kind of gatekeeper of all the single player stories that you have to do also in order to do that end game content.
Stormblood.
Thank you.
I was close. I had
So it's both of those. So right now you have to do the Realm Reborn main storyline to basically get to the current expansion of Heavensward, and then you have all the stuff from that to do to be able to basically unblock to get to Stormblood.
So is this I'll ask everyone here, and then of course everyone in the audience. Isn't this kind of in a way pay to win? Because you're skipping over content to get to other stuff, but in a monetary fashion.
I think it depends on. You have to look at what the essence of Final Fantasy is.
Mm.
It's a story-driven narrative game. It's not a competitive multiplayer game.
Right.
I wouldn't really call it pay to win, because if you want to go back and play through that stuff, there is an absolute purpose to go and do it, and that's to experience that story.
Right. I guess you would.
Remember.
Go for it.
So the thing with Final Fantasy IV to keep in mind too is, so you have different classes in the game, and I have one character in the game for 6 different classes. So you get one character, say you buy the boost up to the top level, and say you're going to do that as warrior, just so you can do the end game content, and you purchase that. You can still go back. Let's just say a white mage, and you start back at level 1 with that class, same character but different class, and still play through all the content. At the same time while you're doing that with the mechanics of how you switch classes in the game.
Gotcha.
But even if you pay to win to get to, let's just say, level 60, you're not going to have any weapons or armor or anything.
Yeah,
for
that's what I was thinking
60.
about once I said that. It's not you're not gaining. I mean, you're skipping over content. You're not gaining. Any distinct advantage over the other players. It's not like you're getting
Correct.
super duper armor or something.
Well, the other big place a lot of players will probably use this, honestly, is a level boost. So let's just say you have a level 70 white mage, but now you want to tank also. So you're going to get your warrior. Do you want to sludge through 70 levels of leveling up your warrior, or do you just want to get that magic boost up to level 70? So I think that, and you can also do it once per account. So it's not something you can do you can't buy every character up to level 70. You can only do it once per account.
So Blue Hat Zach says, not really. It's a movement MMOs did a while back. The goal is to play often with your friends, and Blane is right. It's about the experience. Playing experience made 2-3 years ago aren't going to be as good as the most recent stuff.
The one thing, though, that Final Fantasy did well in terms of that is, because one of the issues a lot of MMOs have is you get the lower level content just clears out.
That's true.
Especially the instances. You can never find a group to play with. FF14 rewards players for basically doing daily dungeons, where it scales you back, let's just say a level 15 dungeon, you're level 70, and you go to do that, you still get rewards for doing basically the daily random dungeons, and it scales you back to level 15 when you're doing it. So there's still an incentive, even as a higher level player, to do those lower level dungeons, so as you're leveling up if you're a new player, the content isn't actually empty. And they did a very smart job in terms of making sure that even new players, because that's the whole point, Stormblood, you want new players. That's why you release expansions.
Right.
So hopefully you still get those new players, but the content's not empty. Because you have all those classes you can level up, people are still going to be out there leveling up the new, because they're also releasing 2 new classes. So people getting out there trying to level up their 2 new classes at the same time. So I play Final Fantasy 14 a lot, and the game decisions that
obviously, I mean, he knows his shit.
The decisions like Square Enix made like that to make sure content didn't empty out and keep things relevant for the new players, they did a really good job with planning ahead to make sure that wouldn't be too much of an issue versus like WoW, where old zones just, why even have them anymore, basically.
All right, so speaking of MMO or multiplayer games, and actually going back to Overwatch discussion, here's something that might be a little bit more pay to win.
Yes. So I recently money. So I recently started playing Overwatch, and I just recently made it a competitive level. So I just kind of started looking online, and I was just kind of curious about playing with other people. And one of the things that came about is various websites will offer to boost your character. So when you level up your character, basically, you get levels just by playing. But separate from that, you have the competition levels, where you have your strength rating gets like bronze, silver, platinum, etc. level. And for paying a fairly significant amount of money, these websites will log in as your character and level up your character. And for me, I'm like, because I just started playing competitive level, and it's like I'm terrible at the game. Like I get squished. And am I really going to pay like random websites to level me up like my strength rating?
Okay, so
and I get killed.
I don't want to call this pay to win.
Oh, it is.
Because
Hold on. Go.
Because yes, they're paying to rank you up.
Okay.
Or you're paying to rank yourself up. But you're not getting anything special for doing it other than a higher rank, so that when you actually do play, you're now playing against people who are way better than you. Like, I know that's probably people like that he must run into because suddenly when you have somebody who's like a diamond character and is playing like a silver.
Well, you do get, the one thing you do get is you do get more currency and skins and icons and fancy stuff.
Right. You get like cosmetic stuff, I guess.
But you're right. You don't get improved your character.
Yeah, it's not like, if you're, diamond tier, you have more health.
Sure.
It's not how it works.
You get more comp points at the end of the season. That's the only reason.
So yeah, you're not like, you're essentially paying somebody to play and unlock cosmetics and like comp level for you. You're not getting any like better stuff.
Yeah.
That's...
But
it's stupid. It's stupid to do. Like, why would you do this to yourself? Because you're essentially making yourself suffer later.
Because that's going to be painful once you join those high-level competition groups. It's just going to be terrible.
And also, with Overwatch, there's a decay, right?
Only if you make it to, like, platinum level.
And you have to play, what, like once every 7 days or something like that?
You have to play 7 matches a week.
Sup, Nakamoto?
Yeah, it's whatever that rank is. I forget what it is, but you have to play 7 matches a week, or you start to decay.
Decay after diamond.
So that will definitely happen. Yeah, I'm bronze. I'm terrible. I'll learn how to play eventually.
That's okay. I'm not any ranking because I haven't played enough competitive matches in Smite.
I don't play Overwatch.
I don't play Overwatch.
I play Paladins.
I played Paladin. Actually, I played Paladins for a bit, but I found that I'm much better at Smite than I am Paladin. So I put all my time and effort into Smite.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You get better as you play more. Yeah, absolutely.
There's a couple of characters I found I'd really like to play. I mean, there's definitely some entertainment. My problem is I'm terrible at aiming. So like any of the DPS characters, like I'm not going to hit anybody. But Blizzard made a whole host of characters where you don't actually have to be able to really aim terribly well to be good at the game. So it's figuring out how to play those characters well. Where, it's like any game. It's like any FPS game. Yeah, that's actually why I started playing as Reinhardt. Yes. I will shield you, my brothers.
Or play Mercy and just heal.
The problem with Mercy gets really frustrating because you just get insta-gibbed by all the enemy flankers. And people yell at you, Mercy, why do you suck so much? I don't know, because you didn't kill the people killing me, you jackass.
So Blue Hat Zach says, but yeah, since it's a skill-based game, it doesn't actually help you get any better. But there is a thing such as ELO hell. So paying to get out of the lowest skill rankings to where you actually could play on your level, it's a gray area. Also, Paladins for the win.
Yeah, I've heard, that's, the websites, they strongly talk about the ELO hell. And I just, go on Reddit and find a damn group to play with. Competition Season 5 just opened, And there's tons of groups. There's Discord chats you can go and be like, hey, I want to play with people. Play as a group. We'll use mic chat.
That's the thing, like, because Overwatch, it resets
every 90 days.
So, so I mean, I guess you'll have a season where it's just hell, but then, like, next season you'll be able to come back.
Well, the thing is, you gotta remember that when it resets...
Nice. Halo Hell is a thing to an extent, but you can't blame your team like I do every time.
That's fair.
Touche.
Yeah.
No, I for Smite, I've just joined a very helpful clan guild.
Did you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm part of Fish Tank.
That is one thing that Overwatch seriously needs, is why do they not have a clan system in it? I mean, it just boggles my mind. There's no kind of clan or that, you have a friends list, but that's about it. They really need that clan support in the game.
Fish Tank is run by the girlfriend of Barracuda.
Wait, hold on, what?
I think Charlie's internet crush.
The clan Fish Tank that I'm part of in Smite, is run by the girlfriend of Barracuda.
Okay.
Do you know who Barracuda is? Barracuda is one of the best hunters in Smite.
Oh. Okay.
He plays for LG.
Look, guys, I don't know a whole lot about esports people.
With League Winter Resets, you will rank lower than last season, so Elo Hell is pretty real there since it always pushes you down. That's true.
I'll find out as I continue to play.
All right, so let's see. What else we got here? No, we just talked about
let's go down. Sorry.
No, there we go. Okay. So, let's talk about Pokemon!
Wait, is this the feature update?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not the feature.
Well, you can fill us in about the feature update.
I don't know all. I just know they're adding a lot of features
they're going to be putting multiplayer. They're actually going to do multiplayer battles, like live battles.
Wasn't it like actual Pokemon battles instead of tap 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 tap?
No. So instead of like the only battle that you really do is against the gym.
Right.
Now you'll be able to battle individuals out in the opening. But the thing I want to talk about is Pokemon Company has released their earnings for this past year, and it turns out that they have they've increased their profits by 2,500%.
Well, but I'm sure if you look at it in the last, like 6 months or whatever, it went and then it
plateaued.
Well, it went and then went and then kind of settled out because they also had another game out there called Pokemon Duel, which was simply it was simply you face off against other individuals.
I mean, I thought they were playing Pokemon Go. I didn't know they were.
No, Pokemon Duel. It's not a face-to-face thing. It's pump and dump.
V-Rex, if you're still in the chat, did you know about this? Because I didn't.
So, but the thing is, since they're making such a profitable way into mobile, a lot of people are going, you know what? Pokemon Company might actually be seeing that they could go other places than just Nintendo. Now, of course, they've already signed a deal to do the next Pokemon game for the Switch, but they've also got an update or a new game for mobile that's going to be more like Pokemon Rumble.
What's Pokemon Rumble?
I have no idea.
Oh, wow, great.
I think it's on Nintendo 64. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I kind of like tap dance on the outside of Pokemon, and then from time to time I get sucked down that rabbit hole, and I put a shit ton of time in, and then I get pissed because the Pokemon that I'm the kind of person that basically builds a team in an RPG, and then that's it. I don't go outside it. So at some point, I'm going to max level all my Pokemon that I like, and they were like, nope, can't win this battle because you need to have this Pokemon or evolve it to this.
Well,
I'd be like,
you need the S+ character, man. You don't get the standard
Ds. That same mentality is the reason why I stopped playing Magic, because I built my deck. It's like, this is my deck, and that's it.
What? Do you guys have an opinion on games utilizing the Ethereum blockchain for in-game tokens such as Spells of Genesis has done with bit crystals? I have no idea what that is. To be totally honest.
We're gonna...
There's like a lot of buzzwords thrown in there. You
Well,
got Ethereum, you got blockchain, tokens, spells.
You guys have an opinion on games using the Ethereum blockchain?
I'm sure it has something to do with like some flavor of Bitcoin, because I know there's like a shit ton of them out there, depending on You know, it's like you got a ton of different flavors of Android. They just don't like to talk to each other.
Do you know if you invested $10,000 in Bitcoin when it first came out, you'd be like a $5 millionaire now?
5 millionaire?
Yes.
If only I had $10,000
No,
laying around.
I actually speaking of a lot of money.
What's your details, Blane? Do it now.
Did y'all hear about the latest big thing happening on Twitch? There's someone has put up $50,000. And individuals on Twitch are able to,
the stock market
name this. Yeah, stock market thing. That's actually really cool.
That is cool.
Crowdsourcing your stock market? No, I'm good.
Well, the dude's probably loaded, so he's probably let's have some fun.
Just give me a
It's probably not.
I just wish I had $50,000 just laying around.
Gamble with it.
I'm bored. What can I do?
It's kind of like going to Vegas and put it all on like 0-0. See what happens.
I don't think you can put it on 0-0. Can you?
In roulette.
Can you? I think you can roll it on 0-0. I don't think you can actually bet on it.
You can see how much I played.
Oh yeah. Well, anyways.
Yeah, I still play at blackjack.
Okay,
I don't
so
play
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Adding this was the feature that everybody wanted of being able to battle people in the wild. This should have been there at launch.
Like when it first came out.
That was what I was saying. Like the update, like the features that everybody wanted to. No, that should have been there.
They need to bring back the stupid footprints for how close you are to your
Pokemon.
To your Pokemon, because that was when they removed that took a lot of wind out of a lot of people's sails because.
Wait, that's not there anymore?
No, they removed it.
I haven't played it in a while.
No. They removed it pretty quick because what was happening was there were so many people hitting the servers, and there was also all these third-party sites that were sourcing the information.
I do remember
give you
that.
better, and then it crashed it. So they're like, "Fuck it, we'll just remove it totally." So you have Pokemon in this area. Best of luck.
What they recently started doing is they started basically shadow banning people who use these websites to find their like S+ Pokemon, and they won't see it on their map anymore. Like other players, if they're not using it, they'll see it. But like a person who's using these websites, like it doesn't say anything. It's just like you don't see them anymore, which I find pretty funny.
I didn't. Okay, well that's good that they're still up there. I'm curious to see what their user base is now, like, and if it's gonna.
A lot of people at school still like the kids. They still play it. I still see a lot of kids doing the Pokemon.
Jesse still plays it.
Yeah. It's among the kids. It's still popular because a lot of people, they have the mobile devices. They can play with their friends, do the gyms and stuff.
They have
I still see
Gen 2 Pokemon in there now, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I give up after a week.
Yeah, it was fun, and it got me out and exercising. But once they took away the feature of telling me how close I was to the Pokemon, I'm like, F this shit.
It got me pulled over by the police.
Battle system wasn't there because it was such a hard cover for Niantic's previous game, Ingress.
Yeah.
Which to this day, I have no fucking clue what the hell is happening inside Ingress. All I did was
people still playing it?
Yeah. Yes. I would walk out to whatever the portals or whatever and be like, click, and then walk back to my desk. I'm like, I don't know what else to do.
Made you get up and walk.
Yeah. Yeah. Boom. And win.
I was actually talking to a guy at MomoCon about Pokemon Go, and he was saying that he works in a factory or like a warehouse, and he drives a forklift around and does pallets and stuff. And he says that the forklift doesn't trigger the speed sensor on it. So he's like, yeah, I hatch, like 5K eggs a day. Like, I was like, wow,
that's good. I didn't even think about that. Something that's just slow enough.
Yeah, right. Because he laughs because like those like bicycle, like people riding bikes will trigger it, but he rides around in his forklift.
So we need is an automated forklift that just goes in a circle all day and just hatches for it.
Yep. I'm sure you could probably build something a little bit smaller than having an actual forklift drive in a circle.
Forklift is so much cooler.
I know it's much cooler, but it's a much bigger. Much bigger. Yeah. So. All right, so let's see here. Let's do the usual.
That already happened.
Grey Widow's Web is already out. Go get it. I'm still waiting for my my hard copy, but it's already on my Kindle, and I'll be starting that soon.
Why is the Battle and Brew logo here?
Because we're not now, but we have in the past been a featured streamer, and we of course frequent Battle and Brew, and they know us.
We just like Battle and Brew. Really
we love you, Battle and Brew.
And now for Charlie's.
I'm there too much. I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a thing called Patreon. Patreon, of course, is the ability to become a patron of something that you believe in. Alter Confusion has a patron Patreon set up so that you too can become a patron. That money helps us go to conventions, upkeep of equipment, perhaps replace equipment if it breaks.
Speaking from personal experience there.
Yes, we lost. So here's the deal. It's a monthly donation that goes straight into Alter Confusion, and that money, of course, turns around for Alter Confusion, be it equipment, be it convention, to cover like electricity costs, like at MomoCon, which, by the way, cleared us out. We have no money in Alter Confusion now because we had to pay for electricity. But that's besides the point. No,
I
whatever.
could have brought my generator.
You could, yeah, that yeah.
I'm sure
Diesel power.
they would. Yeah.
I would have started out our neighbors.
That's true. It would have drowned out some of our neighbors. Anyways, I thought his pitch was going to go start. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a thing called money. We need it. Use Patreon.
Blue, you don't know Charlie. Charlie, he's not a man of few words.
No,
He's a man of words.
Here's the thing. Alter Confusion has been running for 10 years. It's been coming straight out of my wallet since day one. And it really hurts me to ask for money because this is a passion of mine. But at the end of the day, I want to continue to do Alter Confusion. And unfortunately, it's becoming less and less feasible for me to continue going straight out of my wallet for all the Alter Confusion stuff. So I'm asking for individuals out there who like what we do or want to see us continue to do what we do, to do small donations. It could be $1, it could be more. You could also do PayPal if you want to do a one-time donation. Or if maybe that's not your deal, you want to help Alter Confusion some other way, can make a 3-series novel out of a short story. Thanks, Nakimoto.
You can tell somebody watches our show on a regular basis.
Yeah. If you want to help out in some other regard, be it editing, or we're trying. Damn it! I forgot to post the Amazon wish list. People have been asking me to produce that forever. I'll post it. So, anyways, help us out if you can in any way. If money's not your gig, hit us up through any of our social media stuff: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, of course, our website, and we can work something out.
Very good.
Is that satisfactory for everyone? Good Lord.
I find it quite exemplary. Yes.
I'll do one more shout out. Go down to. Yeah. StarfQuest Tales is out. That's actually episode 1 of, I believe, 4. You may recognize the name of the game simply because we've had the developer on our show twice now. Once at the end of, during his Kickstarter, of course, once at the end of his Kickstarter. And you should definitely check it out. It's got a lot of 80s nerdy references. It's a lot of fun. And for an added bonus, the voice behind Honest Trailers is actually one of the voice actors in StarCraft.
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
How did he? Oh, wow. How do you go say hey to James and be like,
awesome.
dude?
Wasn't that a stretch
this
goal?
guy. No, it might have been stretch goal. All I know is that dude is a man of 1,000 voices, because they're a lot of the dude voices are him. Snarf sounds like something you do to your wife when he's, oh my Lord, Nakamoto, sir, I don't need to ban you again. Do you need a timeout?
Are you talking about StarfQuest or what you're talking about?
We're not going to expand on that. We're just going to keep going. So anyways, so I think we basically reached the end of our show.
No, Naka brought up a topic.
No. Dr. Unity, the guy who aced the Unity certification test. Jesus almighty. A really cool side note about James Simpson, Dr. Unity, is that he actually found an issue in Unity with, I think it was exporting some type of art feature. He reached out to Unity to say, hey, there's an issue. And the Unity guy's like, do you know how to fix it? He goes, yeah, I think so. He goes, cool. Write out the code. It will check it into the main system, and then it'll work. And so James now officially has his own code in Unity for everyone to enjoy. So that's awesome. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Alter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, Zealeus, and Blane. It's been a pleasure to give you everything coming out of our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another round of Alter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. Of course, you never know who might show up. We got Blane this week. Perhaps we'll get some other awesome people, or maybe we could just keep stealing Blane away. Just don't tell his boss where he is. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you in the very near future. Of course, really quick. Yes, happy next week birthday. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, peace. Oh, I'm sorry.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.